to another Apex Social podcast. My name is Maren Heiler, and today we are jumping into an American speaking interview, our second interview. The first American podcast was with Horst Schulze. It was an awesome episode. Attention, attention. Right now, I'm editing the podcast, and I could not let go of the possibility that I can invite you to your favorite drink. This podcast episode has so much positivity and inspiring things in it, and I'm so grateful for. So I think we should celebrate a little more. Also, if times are hard sometimes, Epic Social is here to support you as a host family. And also, if you are a future care professional and you want to start working with Epic Social, this great nonprofit organization, hey, this is the perfect episode to get you information and a first inside look. Always please reach out to us. You can reach out to us per email or our website or per Instagram. Let us know your inspiring topics or things you are interested. We are doing this podcast because we want to give you the possibility to share your thoughts and your high valued topics and advice with us. And I love this episode so much, so I put a little teaser at the beginning. It was not easy to pick 3 statements, but I tried my best. And at the same time, I know you as a listener, you will find your favorite statements and you will get a lot of more information than just this teaser. But let's jump in the teaser and then jump back into our actual podcast episode. Little reminder, go and get your drink and smile.
I realized the world was mine. You can't always wait on other people to do the things that you like to do. I said, I'm not letting anything stop me.
This was a quick teaser from my side, and now we can start with the interview. And I'm super excited to introduce you to our guest. Just keep in mind that every family working with Apex Social brings their own culture, and that means that the story Chakuri tells us, we can get a lot of good information and formal information out, especially in the 10 first minutes of this podcast episode. And after the first 10 minutes, you will see that we slide right away into deep talk, and Chakari will share his advice and his passion with us. And I love that so much. So let's just start. Today, I am proud to introduce you to Chakari. He's 25 years old and he is our first American care professional. And you know, everyone working with Apex has a trained degree in social work, therapy, or something else. So Apex Social works with high quality people together. And Chakari, congratulations on your degree because you just got your degree. Congrats from the Apex Social family. It's awesome.
Thank you. Yes, I'm actually the first in my entire family to graduate from college. And so I got my degree in international business with a minor in psychology. And so it was a really big moment in my family for me to break the generational curse. And I did it while traveling across the country and to different families. But I never gave up on my goal. And so I think working with Apex, it helped me multiple times and a lot. With the resources they helped me provide and the amazing care professional family they have. I love Apex to the fullest and highest. And I always recommend it to anybody. I'm always ready to brag on Apex. I'm like, I work for Apex and I love it. I don't care what no one says. I love
it. This is awesome. Yeah, I love
Yes.
that too so much. And it helped me becoming the person I am today. So I just want to introduce myself to the American listeners because I introduced myself so many times in different podcast episodes, but they are all in German. So welcome, American family. My name is Maren Heiler. I'm actually a preschool teacher, and I went to preschool Montessori school for 4 years. I have a degree in psychology and learning and development for kids. And yeah, I loved it. I was a CP for 2 years a year in Los Angeles, Pasadena, and my second year I stayed with a family in Boston, Lexington. And it was the best time of my life, and I loved how we supported the families we worked with. And you started working while you were studying, right? So how
Yes.
what happened? How did you find Apex?
Apex. I found Apex. I always tell the story of how I was playing a video game called Apex. So to all of my gamers out there, if you know. And so I was looking on Indeed because I was like, I could use it. I was looking for another job. I was in between because I had just, I guess I was also like working and just looking. And so then I was looking on Indeed and I saw like Apex and I was like, is Apex hiring? Like, I don't mind, working with a gaming company. That sounds pretty interesting. And so I clicked on it, said Apex Social, care professional. And then I started reading about how it was like, you could travel, you can live with working families, you work with special needs children. And I was like, I have great experience with all of that. I don't mind traveling. And then, you get the weekly stipend, you get educational experience, educational. As soon as I saw education, I was like, okay, I can do this now. And so I ended up applying, and then Miss Cheryl emailed me, I think the same day, if I'm not mistaken. Miss Cheryl Brown was like the representative, and she was my first contact with Apex, and I fell in love with her. And she was like the kind of like the main icing on the cake. And she was like, "You got to talk to Miss Julie next. Yeah, we're going to schedule an interview. Now she's the tough one now, and so if you can get past her, you can get past anything." And so once I interviewed Miss Julie, Michelle called me back like 10 to 20 minutes later. And she's like, she loves you. Whatever you did, she loves you. And so me and Miss Julie have been best friends since I started Apex. And she has always looked out for me with the great families. And she found me families because she was like, we have perfect families for you. And so she found me one in Austin, Texas, and then Washington, D.C. And I wanted to, like, I guess, travel. I wanted to do something different. None of my family really travels like that. And so I really just wanted to travel, so I ended up choosing for my first care professional family, and I loved it. From there, Apex has been my main focus, and I loved it. Even when I was in school, my area director, Miss Alexa, and she was amazing. And she hosted weekly meetings, and she did amazing. She did an amazing job as my area director. And I would say our favorite group activity as care professionals we did all together was tubing, and I was so afraid. And it was one of the best experiences I've ever had when I was in DC. I went tubing with the care professionals.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
So
and that's how I
I
did
wanna.
Apex.
This is awesome. This is so awesome. Just wanna put some information in this for everyone who has no idea and who is probably listening to the first podcast and gets the first information out. So, as a care professional, you're living in house with the family. That allows you that you get like your personal caretaker for your children living in your house, and also you work, for example, in the morning, get the kids ready for school, before school, and then you work in the afternoon, for example, and you work like late nights or whenever the family needs you, right? We have some
Yes.
rules, like I think it's 45 hours a week.
Hmm. Yes, that's like the
You
max.
That's the max, so you cannot get over this. Like, you are the cheerleader for the family. You're the support person, and you are the connector between school, therapy, and bringing therapy home. Can you give me a bigger picture? How is it right now living with your family? Do you work with special need kids right now?
My first family, I had special needs. He had autism. Amazing child. I love him.
Yeah.
He was 14 and my other one was 17, and they were very into activities. And so, how it would be in the morning, I would get the kids ready for school. I would get breakfast ready. I would have to cut up vegetables probably the day before because they were very healthy. And so I would do that before, get the kids ready for school, and be out the door by 7:40 to make it to the school for 8. And then I had to drive to the other school to drop off the oldest because they went to two different schools. And then I would have the time off to myself to relax. So like by like 8:30, 8:30 to 2 or to 3, 8:30 to 3. is like my time off. Like, and then I pick up the kids up from school. Either the oldest has either activities like tennis or sports, or I think it was baseball. No, he did wrestling. He did wrestling. So I would have to pick him up at 6 p.m. From wrestling practice. And so from 3 to like 6, I have my youngest one with me. And so that's where we would create activities together. We would go either throwing rocks at the pond, or we would go to the park, have dinner, lunch, or something of that nature. And so it's like
Yeah.
you're creating the activities to keep them active. And then, at 6 o'clock, you got to go pick up the oldest. And so it was also times where me and the family communicated. The mom should either go pick him up, or I'll go pick him up. Mostly it's me, but sometimes they'll just do it, just to go hang out with him in a sense. And then we'll be all back home by 7. Then we'll all have dinner together by like 7:30. The kids will do shower, and then they're in bed by 8. That's pretty much the bedtime, and then I'll be done by 8, or maybe sometimes by 6. It depends. And
Yeah.
usually that's my time off to myself, and that's where I do my studies when everyone's asleep or during my free time. That's how I really kind of got a grasp on my
Yeah.
education and was able to finish because I had a work balance. And then on the weekends, I was off. No matter what happened, no matter what type of weekend it was, I was off every weekend, every Saturday and
Yeah.
Sunday. And that was my set schedule for the 40 hours set scheduled for the past 2 years. To my family out here, it switched, which is okay, because so the schedule switched to I would say the mom was at work, and so from 8 to 2 I was working with the kids, and then like time off, and then I would have a break, and then I would work again, um, like for dinner in a sense like that, and then it would like switch, and then once they started summer camp, I made them breakfast to get them ready for summer camp. So by like 7 to 8, we'll be ready for like summer camp. Then we'll take the train, but make it there by like 8:30 to summer camp, and
All
then
in
they
France.
start. Yes, this is all in France. They had summer camp, and so by 9, it would be my free time from 9 to 3. I would be off, and then I would have to go back to the camp to pick up the kids, and then we'll be like doing an activity. We'll go get lunch, take them to the park, play games.
So fun.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
blast, and we're doing this all in France, and I would come, and then I would be off, and so
So
that's
what
kind of
brought
how
you
that
to
balance.
France?
The family travels a lot, and so I was as a care professional, I travel where the family goes, and
Yes.
so wherever the kids go, I go, and so
Yeah.
the family
Yes.
pays for my.
Yes.
I love it. So wherever the family goes, I go, and so the mom took me and the family to France and paid for everything. So everything was covered. I didn't have to touch nothing out of my pocket, which was amazing. All I had to have was my passport and bring my stuff and my clothes, and everything else was taken care of. And I took care of the kids. That was my main priority, was there for the kids. And I had time off to explore France myself, to explore Paris. We stayed in Calamar. We stayed in Alsace. We stayed in a mansion. Actually, not even a mansion. We stayed in a castle for I think a week or so. So she rented out a castle for the family to stay in. So we stayed in the castle in France. I think it was
Beautiful.
in Normandy. We stayed in Normandy, France, in the castle. So everything was taken care of. I'll have the kids do something like activities, create activities, and then we'll regroup again, and it's maybe go to a beach, and then hang out with the family. And so that was our time in France. So that's kind of how my schedule is. So it's a set schedule, and right now I'm back in Houston, and she gave me the week off because we get a 2-week vacation. But I just took the week off to like enjoy my graduation and relax, and then get ready because school starts back this Tuesday for the kids. I mean next Tuesday for
Okay.
the kids, and so it's
Yeah.
like a regroup setting, and then the schedule starts all over again, and then
Mm.
you wake back up and the schedule. You get off, and then that's kind of how it is now,
Yeah.
and I love it.
Yeah. I love that too. I think it's so beautiful. So you worked and you studied at the same time. And the
Yes.
good thing is, as a care professional, you don't have expenses because you're
Yeah.
living with the family, you're eating with the family. So everything
Hmm.
you,
Need is
the
taken care
money,
of.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. So the money they pay you,
You can just keep it.
I see so much potential in what you're doing and the way how you choose to live your life because it's so important to realize for everyone that the only person who is defining you is yourself and
Exactly.
you can choose it takes a lot. It takes a lot to
It
know
definitely
what you
does.
want to do and to get your inspiration. I mean, you started with your thoughts, with your dreams in your head, and then you did something great. You found a way to put your dreams into action steps.
Yes.
And with each action steps, you came closer. And now you're at a point that you like, we can celebrate. This should be an episode for celebration. And
Yes.
everyone who is listening right now, you know, pat yourself on your shoulders. You can be proud. If you're not there yet, hey, you know, if you're not yet there yet, you know you can do it and you can find a way.
Hmm.
My question on for you now is, how did you do it? How did you handle the pressure of starting working and realize your dreams? So
Yes.
what was your secret behind that? You know?
I would say the secret behind it was passion. I had passion and a purpose. And one of my goals was really just wanted to, I guess, help families in a sense with their children, but I also wanted to experience different aspects of how to help children, because some people, they're like single-minded, they're not really diverse with different children. And so with me, I like to be versatile. I like to be able to help like all aspects. And I've worked with children with Tourette's, I've worked with children with autism, I've worked with children with diabetes. I've worked with children with all types of special needs, seizures. And with that, I realized it was a purpose for me. And so, with that purpose, I took the passion that I have and I played into action. I said, I'm not letting anything stop me. And I really relied on the host families a lot of the times when I was like struggling with schoolwork and stressfuls. And I would tell them, I really just need like maybe a few days off just to get myself together. And I loved that they were able to like work with me, and they basically they understood what I was going through. And so the host families, I really have to congratulate them for like being flexible in times of like when I was really struggling. And so it was really just I had a dream, I had a vision, and I knew something. I had something was bigger. It wasn't like just this Texas thing. It's not. It's bigger than Texas. I knew that. And
Mm-hmm.
so once I realized my passion was bigger than Texas, and once I got to DC, I realized the world was mine, and there was no stopping me. And now that I traveled all across of Europe, as an international major, that's what you love to do is just travel. and so and so now that I'm living that dream, I'm like, yeah, the world, that was like the eye opener of what I needed. It was like the world is mine now. I really am the master of my own fate. And so I took everything that I wanted to do. Um, and yeah, I made it mine. I created my own path. I created my own goals. I really didn't have a rule book. No one ever graduated in my family. So it's not like I can like ask a family or my mother or dad, how did you
What
do
take
this?
yeah.
What did you take? So it was like one of those, I created my own rule book. I created my own guides, which is why I'm doing things differently. But I'm doing what works for me and I love it.
Do you want to give us a little speak insight in your guides? Like, can you tell us a little more about it? You know, I'm
Yes.
studying. I'm studying as well. I'm studying international management. What's like a kind of the same you studied.
Yes. Yes.
Um, so I have my rules as well. I can share my rules with you. So
Exactly. I think one of my first rules was don't overdo it, because I think I started with I did 12 credits, which is like maybe which is 4 classes, which is pretty good. However, I would say it's really just about time management, setting a school schedule. But the main thing is to add in your self healing, your mental health days, and just self reflection, and really just which is ties all into having free time, having time to yourself, hanging out with friends, which is a really good aspect of social activity, I take activity, because I would be inclusion sometimes I wouldn't even go out, and then that would lead to depression, and so you don't want to do that. So that's why they have to get you out. That's why also the Apex does like the weekly meetings, and one of the weekly meetings, the get-togethers, the monthly get-together, so everyone can get out the house and just relax. Getting everything organized, having a planner was a high key. Having like my job family have their calendar views too, so I can see what's going on, what's planning, and I'll send them my calendar view as well.
yeah.
You can really take care of your mental health, like, and you take yourself wherever you want to go. And so with me, with my mental health, I really just relaxed. I did different things as far as sports. I hang out with friends. I made friends. I made a family out there. Family of friends, that's what I mean. And so spending time with friends, hanging out with other camp professionals, going to treating myself to lunch, not just hanging out with other people sometimes. Sometimes you just want to be by yourself. So I'll take myself out to dinner if I need to, because I am the key. I've earned it. I've worked hard. And so I realized you can't always wait on other people to do the things that you like to do. And sometimes you just have to do it by yourself.
Yeah. It's like sometimes you just have to do it for yourself. And this
Yeah.
is definitely a key point. I took some classes, the University of Yale, they teaching well-being classes for
Yeah.
medical students. And I just took some online. It was awesome. It's a positive psychology class. And
Yes.
they taught us this points. Sleep 7 hours, 9 hours a day. Have nature walks. Have time for yourself in nature and move your body.
Exactly.
Meditate and have time, like quiet time for your mind.
Oh yeah.
Meditation, but meditation is not sleeping. So
Mhm.
sleep and meditation and time for yourself, relax time is different. Don't put your relax time as like a sleep time. Sleep is like not the same as relaxing. And then be social. Sometimes it's not easy to go out there and make new friends. We know, like, some people, we are all
Exactly.
struggling. Sometimes we don't feel social, we don't feel confident sometimes, but do it. Do it. Push yourself to do it. You always win. So I love this. And it helped me. It helped me so much with my own mental
Exactly.
health. And you said something very, very correct. You said if we take care of other people, and our passion is to bring the best out of our children we work with, push
Mhm.
them and have fun and create a positive environment and be there as a support person for family and kids. And at the same time, if you're a support person, you're the cheerleader, make sure you're feeling well. And if not, go and open. Go and open.
Exactly.
Talk to the Apex Social family. Talk to other care professionals. Feel free. We are all in the same boat. We're coming all from different parts of the all over the world, and we're here together.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. It was an awesome interview. My last question is always, what would you give to as advice? Do you have advice for people who want to start?
Yes. Well, you have to make sure that this is what you love to do. Helping kids, in a sense, having patience is a highly big key to working with children with special needs because you have to have patience. Um, I would say another point of advice is your dreams as well too. Um, and so have passion in what you do. And while you're taking care of kids out there in another states, see how you can help them. See how you can help them, and see how you can help yourself. And see what you like to do. Try different things, explore, try new foods. I went to France and I've never ate like oysters and stuff, and so I came back to the U.S. now, and I was craving oysters. And you would never, how are you gonna know what you love to do if you don't try it? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I ate snails, ate clams, oysters, mussels. I'm coming
Okay,
back to
that's
the
kind of
U.S. And
crazy.
yeah, I know. Now I'm coming back like to the U.S. and I'm craving that stuff because it's like I never would have known that I would love this if I didn't
Yeah.
try it. So if you don't try it, you know, take that chance, take the risk. I took a risk, and I've been doing it ever since, and I love it. And so I jumped on a leap of faith of a size of a mustard seed, the faith of a mustard seed, and I have been doing it ever since, and I love it. So yeah, so I just say the main thing out of everything, if you don't get anything what I said, is just take the chance, take that risk, and believe in yourself. Because if no one's ever going to believe in you, you have to believe in yourself. And so that's the main thing that I want everyone to remember. You have to believe in yourself, and everything. And no one can tell you no because you already told yourself yes. And so
Yeah.
it's from there.
Yeah. Just yourself, you are defining you and no one else.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter what
Exactly.
other people tell you, what they think about you. You can create your own life, and you
Yes.
the person who brings the passion, because passion comes from inside,
Side.
not
Yep,
from the
exactly.
outside. It's you. It's
It's
your
you.
character, your personality. I love this interview so much. So a big thank you and congrats again from the Apex Social family. We are very proud of you. We love having you as a CP, and I bet your family, if they listen to this podcast, hi, my name is Marin. I bet you super happy, and I hope you can follow your dreams for future. I know you want to start a master's, so we keep in touch. Dear listener, this is the end of this podcast episode. A big thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. I got a lot of positivity out of it and I love it. And yes, so at the end, I just want to highly recommend you another English speaking podcast with me and Apex Social. It's with Horst Schulze, and he's the founder of Ritz Carlton and the Capella Group, and he's a visionary. And in this episode, we're talking about excellence in all we do and defining ourselves and our work vision. So also, if you're a future host family or your host family, it could be super interesting for you. And if you're a care professional, yeah, slide in this episode as well. You will get a lot of good information and inspiring words out of it. And I wish you the greatest time and take care of yourself. And feel free to give us a good recommendation and click the 5 stars. Yay! Enjoy your day.